just try your best not to abuse the track limits. I know when you're at speed and racing and everything's just going by at a blur, it's really easy to just go whoop right over that white line. But as long as you keep 2 tires inside the white lines at all times, that's not the curves, that's the white lines. Just try your best to keep 2 tires inside the white lines at all times. The white lines are the track limits. Those are the main things. If there is contact, you know, just contact that results in somebody, you know, getting bumped off the track, just concede the position. That's a golden rule type thing right there. That's kind of where that was leading towards. Not like somebody slammed into a wall, so I'm going to slam them into a wall too. That's NASCAR. That's not GT racing.
That's covered that you can't do that because retaliation gets you penalties.
Yes, I know. I'm just being funny.
I'm just being a dick.
This is the main event. 2.4 hours of Spa.
Yes. Go to cautions real quick. I think everybody has been here for at least one ARS event before, so they know the general structure. In order for a caution to happen, we need to have at least 4 cars involved in an incident resulting in contact, or resulting from contact, sorry. And get damage from it, cars are facing backwards on the track, that type of thing. That's where you want to go and call caution. And that's like at least 4 cars. Not 2, not 3, 4. Pits will open once we regroup. If anybody wants to pit, just please move to the right side of the track. That is the side of the track the pits are on. That's a general thing we do for every caution period. Once everybody makes pit stops and group back up, the race will restart. All restarts after a caution are
Welcome to the live stream, guys. Happy to have you.
The initial start will be double file. Caution speed is 50 miles an hour, which is 80 kilometers per hour. There is a pace lap for this race. And let's see. Under cautions, you are not required to pit, so just keep that in mind.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm going to grab another Coke for the race.
Okay. No cautions with 5 laps to go. It's pretty self-explanatory. Cool. Alright, I'm going to check the specs, and then I'm going to call out the order, and then we're going to get started. So, everybody should be on track, including myself. God forbid my own specs.
Just doing some quick calculations here so I have some data to go off of for this. We're still in pre-race right now. Driver's meeting is in progress. We have people who are doing some last-minute things to prepare themselves for the race. Like me, as I grab an index card to jot down notes are, because I totally prepared to do this. I didn't.
Everybody's times were set. Everybody's hopped off the track and back on.
Hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. If you have been watching the real life Spa 24 hours, hope you are enjoying that. It seems to be a pretty interesting race so far. I haven't been able to watch too much of it today. I've been busy working on my real life vehicle, trying to get that up and running. Probably going to get rid of it, but that's not for tonight.
That's true racing modes, like racing. I haven't seen him sign
So just sit back, relax.
I did earlier.
Get a snack.
Oh, bad knee.
He was actually.
Oh, he is online, yeah.
Do something.
He was.
Because this is going to be
what I did.
shaping up to be a good race.
Yeah.
Now, we had a really interesting
Oh, you know what?
Lancer Cup race last night, the 1 hour of Spa. And you can also catch that on my channel if you want to watch that. Now, that race had battles up and down the grid. There There was,
Bad knee.
like, it just goes to show it doesn't matter what place
Him?
you're fighting
Racing
for,
wise?
you know, you're gonna go all
Or
out.
Combre?
And it's a really interesting watch. I
No,
highly
racing.
recommend that.
Oh.
I'll leave him alone. Looking for a break.
I have returned, and I have carbonated beverages.
Just checking specs.
Sometimes when I release
Did you
on the
bring
accelerator, I
beverages
pop
for
my back.
everyone?
Oh, that is the rule, isn't it?
It is the rule.
You know, if you have things in class.
What was the rule? I didn't hear, because...
Yeah, you have to have beverages for everyone.
If you
Oh.
bring something for yourself, you also have to have something for everyone else.
Oh, you guys get your own. I'm not... I can't... I could bring you guys your individual beverages, but you're going to have to sync it up to your drink button by yourself. I'm not helping with that.
Hey, Dylan, I don't know if you have something going on with your car, buddy, but your PP is like 5 higher than it should be.
5 higher.
5 higher.
Here comes Racing Line.
Oh, good.
Noir.
I'm gonna check my specs again, Dylan. I don't know. I might have misput. I might have put something wrong.
Jamming said something about my racing hearts. Is that wrong? What tires should I have?
You can run whatever tires you want, man. There's no restriction. He's just probably surprised you're on cards because you don't solve like that. So.
Oh, what's everybody else have? Oh.
Solves.
Oh, far out. Oh, okay. I didn't realize there were a thing.
Is
okay.
that why you were so off the pace? That explains that.
That may have been a contributing factor. Huh. Well, how about that?
Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Yeah, Dylan, I'm showing 582s with performance points. I don't know.
Yeah, I had the engine stage.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. You down to 582?
Hold on one moment.
Should be.
All right.
Boom. I am at 580.
Oh, alrighty then. It's close enough. Close enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wonder what I would have qualified with.
Still shaping up, getting things ready to go here.
Back on the flipping track.
Alright, hold on.
All racers to the pits, please. All racers to the pits.
And the officials are calling the drivers to the pit lane, it would appear.
Oh, that was good.
Currently, Max Payne is still in the garage for White Knight Racing.
I must say the competition is like stupid here. It's like if I get a top 5 out of this deal, I'll be so happy.
How many back?
No chance.
I finished one slot higher. I think I could do it.
Well, maybe Trick, Danny, and Cambria, and Max Payne will all be battling up in front, throwing big eggs at each other, and then they'll be in the back, and then the rest of us will take like the top 5.
So let's take a look at the room settings here.
2.5 hours, I don't catch.
Yeah, that's too damn cool.
Voice chat quality very high. Not sure if that
Yeah.
was smooth or not, but it should be okay.
That's good.
Time is 16:30 with progression of 10. Looks like it's going to be a 64 lap race fixed.
Oh yeah, Noir, by the way, if you want to team up, from like here, I'll
Tire wear and fuel consumption is set to normal. Heavy mechanical damage. These drivers are really going to have to watch themselves tonight,
not for the class.
because that will wreck your race.
I've been trying to ask.
Well, driving aids that are available is the driving line,
Well, I'm not
traction
sure
control
if it's set up.
system,
Last
and
time I
anti-lock
threw a
braking
setup on
system.
Hayes
Everything else is set to
second, I kept
prohibited.
spinning out of it 500,
No nitrous allowed. There's car-specific VOP, so those restrictions are out of place.
so. No, but that would be the main reason to get a teammate so you can already be together.
I mean, but
Looks like everybody's
if
on the
you either
road.
get team points tonight, or you just not get team points.
Well, yeah, sure.
Who's
Noir, do
lapping?
you
Who's
want to
currently
officially make
lapping
us?
right now? That'd be Mr. Racing Line on
got
the
2
track.
minutes, hurry up. Make a decision.
If you do your vows right now, you earn points.
Alright, guys.
Cool,
Yes.
we're
Oh,
teammates.
okay. Official. 1 minute before the race.
I'll get a contract ready.
See, isn't this dramatic entertainment?
Oh my god, this is
So there's something for you to commentate on, Bambi. You just got a team formed right there before your very eyes, ladies and gentlemen.
amazing. Alright, official qualifying order. Here we go. I hope nobody's on track.
Apparently Matt
Somebody's
said
laughing.
something about a team
Is it
being
racing
formed.
line?
So I need to look at that.
We'll find out.
Who was it?
Oh, looks like
Nobody has
NASCAR
laps up.
Fan 1400 and
they
Warren
just- they
Torres. Their
teleported
crews are
the
going
last
to start
time.
working
I
together.
think it was racing line.
Oh,
I've got 1 minute left.
Those two guys have actually had a little bit of
I can't confirm
history in the
I am
past in the ARS Super GT Series, so, but they are good friends. You know, it's one of those deals where where you're the worst rivals you could possibly be on the track, but once you get off the track, everything
Alright,
everything
go.
is
Qualifying.
rainbows and dandelions.
starting on pole, the blistering lap.
We're going to start
Fisher.
lining up the grid now.
Job well done. Starting second.
So on pole position tonight, he was on pole for the Lancer race yesterday. Is number 39 GTP Fisher for TNP Racing or TNP Motorsports. I'm going to get that up to confirm that right now.
Use it out for you. Oh, that's how you say it. Starting third is Trick.
Second place is the Camber 95 for White Knight Racing.
Starting fourth is Max Payne.
Yeah, it's TNP Racing. So third place is
Starting
Trick,
fifth.
also for TNP Racing in the red Corvette,
Noir.
number 41. Fourth place for White Knights Racing,
Starting
Max
sixth
Payne.
is Jammy.
So in fifth place for the
Starting
newly
seventh
formed Audi Sport
is
team is the
NASCAR
Warren
fan.
Torres. Sixth place
Starting
in
eighth
independent entry is GTP
Ace.
Jamie, or Jamie 21, as the account he's running on tonight.
Starting ninth is Racing Line.
Seventh place, NASCAR Fan 1400, the other Audi.
10th is Dylan Lights.
Eighth place is Ace Boy 127 for
11th
Top Performance
is
Motorsports.
Cab.
Oh yeah, what's weather? What's weather?
Eighth place
Weather
is
is
going to be
fixed.
Dylan Likes 88
No weather.
for DW SimSport.
And then, let's see here. Call Cab and... Angry, you are last, buddy.
10th place is going to be Cab 114.
Oh, Cab.
Warren Torres is rejoining the grid.
Oh my god, I'm in the
And
fourth.
rounding out the grid is Angry Eater.
I forgot the tank cards.
For Top Performance Motorsports, teammates with Cab 114. Now, what is interesting here is on the roster anyway in the Series OP, it says that Ace Boy is supposed to be the third Mercedes for that squad, but he is currently, if I scroll, I'm missing him here. There he is. Okay, he's in the right car now. He joined in the Ford GT there for a second. I thought he made a last-minute team change. There he is in the blue number 5 for Top Performance Motorsports Mercedes.
I'm sorry, but there is no requirement to change tires.
So just yes or no. If I want to run softs the whole way, I can.
Yes.
So the whole
Okay.
grid is lined up here in order.
That is a
Yeah,
sexy.
did
A
everybody
nice
hear
grid
that?
of 12 GT cars.
I'm on, oh my god. I swear.
Oh my god, Noir. Max Payne just hit somebody on the... Max Payne just... Whoa. They're already running into each other.
That's a bad omen.
Oh, Fisher's doing some Tony Stewart right there. Let Tony handle it.
Fisher with his wiper blade on, making sure everything's working.
Apparently my car wasn't even remotely ready.
I don't think weather is in the forecast today, but it's always good to have that regardless.
Good thing it's only...
Gotta wipe the dirty air off the
All right,
windscreen,
guys.
you know, you want to keep that grip in the corners.
Yes, rolling start. Yeah.
So Ace Boy has returned to the pit lane
Mercedes
once
I was
again.
practicing with.
So we're now rejoining
I
the
had an
grid.
oil change, so I had to go buy a new one.
I have my same notebook that I was writing my dicta for Le Mans. The next page, I have my spa data. So.
Let me see if I can get a better view of this grid for you
Alright.
guys. Roof over the rear. There we go. So here's the camber to the right. Well, to the left.
One last
actually.
thing, really quick, just to make
Fisher.
sure everybody's good. I think everybody already did this, but
So
Just wanna double
TNP
check.
Motorsports, well, TNP
You're good to
Racing
start.
and White Knight Racing are going to share the front row and row 2, followed
you are
by
yapping. Are we
the
starting at
Audi
night?
of Warren Torres and Jamie 21.
no, it'll switch back to
And the Corvette.
Should anyway.
NASCAR Fan 1400
It probably won't. Oh,
and Ace Boy 127 are going to share the third
Not that
row,
it matters. It'll still be a 24-hour cycle, right?
or fourth row.
Get 25 cycles.
Mr. Racing Line and the Dylan Likes 88 are going to share row 5.
Yo.
Cap
Awesome
142 and
racing.
Skeeter row 6.
Crap ton of pit stops, dude.
So 6x2 it will be on the rolling formation lap to begin the 2.4 hours of Spa.
60, well, that's like ridiculous.
Round
pit
1 of the
stops.
ARS GT Series.
Tell me that. I mean, that's that's what I calculated. I created an Excel just for this unique situation.
Dude, that's
Where-
like 5, 6 pit stops.
So I turned my phone's Wi-Fi off, so that might help out a bit. If we have any issues. I'm not running a laptop or anything. My phone's Wi-Fi is off.
I've got extra invisible tape in case my butt pops up again.
I think Mr. Racing Line is
Alright,
the
guys.
third. Yes,
You're
he
good to
is.
go.
Mr. Racing Line
This thing
is in
started.
fact the third
Drivers,
Nissan GTR
start
for
your
White Knights Racing.
engines. I appreciate that everybody started revving when I said that. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm very
Dude, this
And the
is a good
countdown
number.
has begun.
12, 2 in a row now. We're supposed to have
It was
13
13 last night.
Who are we just missing Michelin? Oh, we're missing other people, but other people.
Yeah, we have guys here tonight that were there last night.
You missed out.
10
guys.
seconds before the
That was
formation
fun.
lap.
Oh my god, it was the same race.
I hope everybody watching enjoys the race.
Almost
Happy to have you.
Hours more tonight.
This is nothing.
I know, but still.
As the screen
I'll
turns dark,
play, man.
Okay.
and the cars are going to be
That's
gridded
like
up and ready to
The
go.
most on time we've ever been. Only 6 minutes late. I'm happy.
Uh-oh, something's going up with my computer,
Uh-oh.
which might correlate. Let me know. Okay, never mind. It's not black screen.
See,
I
look,
was worried.
it's daytime.
Okay. See, my lights are on already.
See, I kept them light on, so it's flash holes. 50 miles an hour, 80 kilometers per hour.
And Fisher's going to roll them off on the formation lap. We're going to look from the back of the TNP Racing Corvette.
Oh, what a saving matter.
Yeah, but like, beaters matter, man. That's kind of what did Stormy, I think.
And it will be a 63-lap race after the rolling formation
James
lap.
Storm couldn't be here. Broken triggers and whatnot.
That's why you always have a spare controller. I literally...
We're going to get a good view of this
PS5
grid going
and
up
my
in
Wii.
Rouge.
Uh-oh, Cab just left. He just went, he ghosted and then just...
Now we see 11 cars on the grid right now. Who are we missing? We're
I'm
missing...
sure what that was all
I do
about.
not see Cab
Yeah,
on
but
the
I'm flexing
track.
too.
Well, that didn't look like lag because he ghosted and then he popped off track. It looked like he might have just left. Unless
Yeah,
he was
can
seeing
you hear
lag.
us or anything?
Not racing. Oh.
So it looks like
Do you have
one
lag,
of the
buddy,
top
or-
performance motorsports Mercedes has retired from the grid.
You're going to send me a PM on GTP after.
For whatever reason that may be.
My light switched.
It looks like he's having too many latency
Sorry, man.
issues.
We'll try and figure something out for the later races. I don't want you to have to miss anymore. I should have tried to get something tonight too, but stick around if you want or just watch the live stream. But, yeah, sorry again, man. That sucks.
I like how we are actually holding that double file formation.
My frame rate just dropped, or I had to get rid of that.
Coming through
Frame rate
Lacombe
drops
here.
crazy on this track,
Looking at the
especially
grid.
with tens of people.
Oh, we're down to 11 already.
Hey Noir, I I know we're teammates here, but I'm gonna just be smart person versus aggressive person here and say don't do any stupid overtakes tonight. Please think about them. It'll be a good points day for us.
The front row of Fisher and the Camber 95. These two had it coming together in the opening stages of the Lancer Cup race yesterday, resulting in Fisher having to come in for emergency service, costing him the race, ultimately ending what would have been a great battle. So we will see if they race any differently for the start of this one. Excuse me.
Well,
Happy to have you along. They're making their way down to Piff
what?
Path.
What? Come at me, bro.
Get over, man. Get over.
I wasn't even complaining.
I didn't want to see, like, 8 of one car.
No.
And you can see how TNP Racing is distinguished to the two Corvettes. They're going to give the number 39 to Fisher black wheels while they give the number 41 to Trick red wheels. So for any of their spotters around the track, if they have any, that is a quick and easy way to distinguish who is who, as they cannot read the number.
I won't be much help because I'll just be like, well, on one hand, on the other hand. It's good design.
So now on this long, winding straightaway approaching Blanchimont.
Incentivizes.
Ready to go.
Here's what happens. If I get involved in an accident, how am I going to steward that? I mean, the steward say, pretend it's something else. Right? It's not the easiest thing to do all the time.
Can we please take the source sensibly as well?
Stellar grid of GT cars and
The white lines.
fantastic GT drivers ready to take the green here.
Right. Disrespect them.
And I will say, just with the race being so long, I'm going to try my best to not
just pretend that there's like
wear myself out early on here. I'm going to try to pace myself on the comms tonight. But I hope you guys enjoy regardless. I'm happy to be doing this once again.
Smart ass racing team.
And I'm looking forward to a good race between all 11 of these guys.
Yes, actually 2. So if your inside tires go, pretend that they will blow.
They're actually
Making their way to the bus stop chicane 2 by 2, ready to take the green.
Spikes will go up.
Making their way through the corner. They're going to come down here on the front straightaway. Fisher's waiting for it. He's on the gas now. The green flag is out. We're going to jump to Max Payne and Trick here towards the back. Looks like Max Payne ran a little wide in turn number 1. He's going to lose a couple of positions there. He's going to drop back to 5th place. Jamie 21 ahead of NASCAR Fan 1400, Mr. Racing Line, Dylan Likes 88. Ace Boy had a bad turn 1. He's dropped all the way back to last place. So must have gotten shuffled back or mugged or however you want to word it there, but he has lost a load of positions and this car is this car doesn't seem to be behaving how he would want it to. So he might have damage here. Just like I was explaining last night. Sometimes the driver can have damage that you can't see in the lower left corner. So we will see if the number 5 makes an emergency stop at the end of this first lap here. We'll see if that was enough to inflict some mechanical damage on the Mercedes. Jump back up to the top here. Trick has gotten past the Camber 95. So TNP runs 1-2. White Knight Racing 3rd and 4th, followed by the first Audi of NASCAR Fan 1400, Jamie 21 in the 3rd Corvette, and Warrentaris, Mr. Racing Line, Dylan Likes 88, and Ace Boy just made the move on Angry Eater there, coming out of Kuhon. Looks like Fisher is breaking away from the pack pretty nicely. Yeah, he has a good gap coming through Paul Frere Corner, or Stavilo as I like to call it, on the way down to Blanchimont. This corner is easy flat in GT3 cars. The Lancers were struggling last night. but it should be no problem for these machines.
Left side, sorry.
Okay, so we're going to jump back to Ace Boy here. We'll see if he's going to duck into the pit lane at the end of this first lap. It looks like he's going to stay out, so he's just going to keep on pushing forward. It doesn't look like he has damage. Or if he does, it's not substantial enough to warrant a pit stop. As Dylan Like Say the 8 is looking up the inside of Mr. Racing Line, a little loose on the exit of the source. Lauren Torres and Jamie 21 going at it. Max Payne is right there too. NASCAR Fan 1400's gotten in front of Max Payne. So we're on board with the Corvette at Jamie 21 here. Ooh, Lauren Torres clips the grass a little bit. He does manage to hold on to it. That might have been a little bit of latency. He's all over the rear gearbox of Max Payne here, coming downhill now. So it looks like Max Payne is indeed struggling with this Nissan GTR. He's only lost one spot off the start, but as you can see, he's falling a ways back from where the leaders are. The Corvettes are starting to make a getaway. So it is Corvette, Nissan, Audi, Corvette, the top 7. Followed by another Nissan in the 8th spot. So really those two manufacturers are dominating the top 8 right now, followed by Dylan Like Say the 8, 9th place in the Ford GT, and the 2 Mercedes of Ace Boy 127 and Angry Eater. Ace Boy having a little bit of a moment on turn 1, lap 1 there, 7 back. Ooh, Norantari looking up the inside of Max Payne, side by side through La Source. Looks like he's going to get the drive off. Yes, and he has indeed cleared him. Laurentarius is now up to 5th place behind his teammate, NASCAR Fan 1400. But the Nissan is really fast in the straight line. We'll see if he can get enough slipstream to get around here, coming towards the cone. No, he's going to let off early. He's going to be smart about it. We're still in the opening phases of the race. This is a 64-lap race. So it's no use to push too hard right now and risk an accident or use up all your tires this early. Looks like Mr. Racing Line has dropped back into the clutches of Ace Boy 127 as well as Dylan Like Say the 8, or Ace Boy is caught up rather. Looking at the relative lap times here. Yes, Ace Boy at the moment his best lap is in the 14s while Mr. Racing Line is in the 16s. So that tells me that Ace Boy has just simply had the pace and caught back up to them and trying to make up some spots after that first lap incident. And the leaders have clear air there for second and third. You can see them on the map. They have sizable visible gaps in between of them on the track map. Dylan Like Say the 8 runs wide at a Stabilo 2. Has to use the runoff and rejoin safely. Ooh, Mr. Racing Line had to take to the inside a little bit to not get into Dylan. And that's going to give Ace Boy the run on the exit of the bus stop. But he'll be on the outside for La Source. Can he make this work? look like it. He's going to try an over-under. He's going to get to the inside of him here. It looks like he's just about made that work. Yes, he has cleared the Nissan. So Ace Boy is now up to 9th place. So White Knight Racing is currently running 3rd, 5th, and 10th place on the road. TNP Racing is running 1-2 at the moment. Audi Sport, I don't know exactly what the team name is for those two gentlemen because they've just teamed up shortly before the race, but they're running 4th and 5th at the moment. So the race is underway. The drivers are starting to establish a rhythm, and it should hopefully be a fairly straightforward 2.4-hour race without any major interruptions. Jump back up here. Max Payne and Jamie are in the battle. Ahead of them are the two Audis, as you can see there. Six viewers currently watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate having you here. Hope you guys enjoy the race. It's looking like a fairly calm and collected opening stage go. So that's good for the drivers to get into a good rhythm and really decide how exactly they want to execute this race. As Jamie 21 is sizing up Max Payne in the Nissan. Warren Torres looks like he's going to make the move on NASCAR Fan into the bus stop chicane, and it looks like that is indeed the case. Oh, Max Payne is now into the pits. So this is quite an early stop. Does he have damage? Might that be the reason why he's not holding the pace? I'd say it'd be a fair assumption to think so at this time. We're going to see once he comes back out what kind of time he's running. It might have been possible that Nissan got some damage on the opening lap. But now we have Fisher leading the race with a best lap of a 2:12.769. Blistering quick lap time around Spa. And then the beautiful number 39 red Corvette. Making his way down the hill, coming towards Puhan now. You can see just how big that gap is to his teammate. As he makes his way through Puhan, right now he's just trying to establish a good rhythm and not get too ahead of himself, make no mistakes, and continue to build that advantage. Angry Eater's in the pits. Max Payne has rejoined the track. He's now made his way through Lacombe. So we'll see if he can alter his strategy a little bit throughout the course of the race to try to claw back some of that time he lost with that pit stop. But for right now, it's just a nice, easy drive for Fisher.
Hey Noir, don't panic, bud. Just chill. Hit your marks. I'm not pressuring you. Let's go get you cambered here.
As you can hear, a NASCAR Fan talking to Lauren Torres. Coming through Lacombe here, we're going to go on board with Fisher for a lap around Spa. So he's already come through La Source, turn 1 at Spa-Francorchamps, now making his way downhill up towards Eau Rouge and riding on. Up the hill, left, right, left, onto the Kimmel Straight now. Kimmel Straight is slightly uphill as you approach Lacombe. It's really hard to tell on your driving, but yes, this is a slight incline. Maxing out at 163 miles an hour, hard on the brakes, right turn into Lacombe, right, left, right. He's going to come down the hill now to this 180-degree right-hand corner. If you can see, this corner slightly downhill. The road kind of falls away from you a little bit. You want to try to get a good exit here. You use all the road you can as the headlights come on. 90-degree left. This corner's pretty fast if you can get it right. Now coming down the hill towards Puhan. Puhan is perhaps outside of Vue Rouge. It's probably in Blanchimont. It's probably, it is one of the fastest corners on this track. It's also one of my favorites when I can manage to hit my lines right. So he's made his way through Puhan, coming up towards Piff Path. Gonna turn right here, left hand here. He's coming up to what used to be called Stavilo 1 and Stavilo 2. I think it's called Paul Frere Corner now, but I'm gonna call them Stavilo 1 and Stavilo 2. That's easier for me as he makes his way to the first right-hander. Second one in the third sector now. Now he's on this long, winding straightaway approaching Blanchimont. Fifth gear, sixth gear, approaching Blanchimont. Right now he's going to take it at 150 miles an hour is the slowest he went through that corner. This goes to show how fast these cars are through that corner. Approaching the final corners now, the bus stop chicane, a quick, tight right and left. Now back on the front straightaway, and that is a lapper on Spa-Francorchamps as the sun is starting to set over this pristine racing venue. We're going to jump back to the battle for third now. It's the Camber 95 and the Nissan GTR for White Knights Racing, followed by the Laurentaris and NASCAR Fan 1400 for the Audi squad. So everybody has a little bit of gap in between them right now. They're not all right on each other, but I think that Moore has a little bit of pace over the Camber. So it will be intriguing to see if he can reel in the Nissan or not. So looking at the best lap here, the Camber has a 2:14.4 to another 2:14.4. So really, if this gap's going to close at this time, either they need to find more pace or they just need to be more consistent. Because at the moment, these two guys look relatively even. So it should be a good battle if they can start tangoing, Takes two. NASCAR Fan 1400 is sitting in the background in the 5th spot, ready to pick up any scraps if anything was to go south between these two. Same with Jamie 21. Nice shot there through Puhan as the sun is going down. Looks like Laurentaris has close that gap a little bit. He's definitely in the slipstream coming towards Blanchimont now. I don't think he's going to have enough to make a move, but he's definitely there. So they're going to go nose to tail through one of the quickest corners. Laurentaris is setting up the bus stop chicane, trying to maximize that exit onto the front straightaway. It looks like there's a car off in turn number 1. Who would that be? They're going to rejoin right in front of this pack. It's Angry Eater in the 11th spot. So Laurentaris is all over his gearbox now, coming up Vue Rouge. See if he has enough for a slipstream. We're going to go on board with the Audi. Definitely closing in, closing in. The Camber's trying to use the slipstream. But looks like Moore is going to outbrake him on the entry to look home and make that move stick. So that is Laurentaris up to the 3rd spot for Audi. Now they just have to negotiate the slap traffic here. The Camber 95 making a real aggressive move as Norantaris opens the door to get around Angry Eater. You can see Norantaris, he wasn't expecting the camber to be looking, entering Kuhan. That's not really a good passing place. But nevertheless, leaves racing room just in case that was about to happen. But more times than not, if you try to make a pass going into that corner in the heat of battle, you're just going to have an accident. So I don't think Nor is really expecting that, as the camber runs a little bit too much on the rumble strips, has to let off a little bit to regain control of his car. And here's NASCAR Fan 1400 making the move on the right side, approaching Blanchimont. So NASCAR Fan is now up to 4th spot, ahead of Decamber 95. Max Payne still in 10th place down here, start trying to claw some time back. So it's now TNP Racing 1-2 and Audi's in 3rd and 4th, with the first White Knight Racing car in 5th of Decamber 95. Now Jamie's on the back of Decamber's tail. We'll see if he's able to make a move. We'll see if he has enough slipstream to get closer here. I know he has the slipstream, but the Nissan GTR definitely quick in a straight line. So first and second are well and truly ahead of the pack at this point in time. As they're working the 10th lap, actually the 9th lap of the race, because we did have a rolling start. As Jamie is creeping up closer to the back of the Decamber 95. So it is Corvette, Audi, Nissan, Corvette, as Jamie's going to look to make the move coming down this winding straightaway here. They're going to be, they're going to be side by side.
I just went in the span trying to turn it back.
Jamie's going to let the camber slide back in there to make the corner.
Little damage to the back left.
Horrible damage to the right front.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that was my fault.
But
you went wide and I drove in.
Yeah, it's more detrimental to you than it is to me. You know, I'm just out here to be, you know, out in the duration of it. Don't get laps and process. Probably down my leader.
Looks like the Cambers managed to pull away a little bit in the last half of that lap. Now we have Mr. Racing Line trying to reel in Dylan Lights 88 in the second of the 3 Nissan GTRs for White Knight Racing.
Noir, I don't know if that was me. I don't think it was. I don't know if you were adjusting your braking points for me. I don't know what happened there. I don't think you got any damage, so it should be okay, but, like, I don't know. I don't know if I just pushed you too hard or what.
So looks like Nass is now ahead of Warren. Looks like they might have had a little bit of contact. Whether it be Nor pushing too hard, but something happened and the Audis came together. Now the Camber 95 is right on the back of him. And Jamie's there too. It's getting close to the pit stop window, I think. So if this Audi does have damage, we'll see if he ducks in. He does not. So it looks like might have just been a little error on the last lap that gave third place to Nass and set him back into the clutches of the Nissan. Second place, Trick. You can see how big of a gap they've pulled out from the third place battle. Because Trick's now through Lacombe and they haven't even got there yet. So TNP Motorsports clearly dominating the first stage of the race. It looks like this battle is shaping up between Mr. Racing Line and Dylan. Actually, Mr. Racing Line, I think, has gotten ahead of him. So that move has happened with Ace Boy close behind in the Mercedes. Mercedes not having a really good go of it as Dylan gets a little squirrely. Actually, he has damage. Dylan has right rear damage on the number 72 Ford GT. So we'll see if he has to make an emergency pit stop this time. Now we are close to the pit window. I'd say if there's any time to get mechanical damage inflicted to your car, it'd be right when you're about to come in anyway. Who's going to make his way through Paul Frere corner for Stabilo? Warren Torres is in. So it looks like he might have some damage, or it might be a scheduled pit stop. I do not know at this stage. I did not see anything on his car. I think we should see the Ford coming in this time as well. He's going to stay out. I was wrong. Go figure. So number 72 is going to stay on the track for at least one more lap. And with Noor coming into the pits, that's going to leave NASCAR Fan out in the third position with a little bit of a gap back to fourth place of Jamie 21. So everybody who's just tuning in to the live stream, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. This is round one of the ARS GT Series, and it is the biggest race on the calendar. It's the 2.4 hours at Spa. It is the first round in the championship here, which consists of 5 races. The other 4 being an hour and a half in length. After this, we're going to go to Monza for an hour and a half race, followed by Brands Hatch, Silverstone, and Nürburgring. The Leinster Cup's going to follow them to each venue. So it's shaping up to be quite an exciting series. We have really good grids for both of them. As we see 11 cars on the track right now. 12 cars started the race. 12 cars were on the grid, but we already had one Mercedes retired due to internet issues. NASCAR Fan 1400 into the pits. Jamie 21 into the pits. Is DeCamber going to follow them? No, DeCamber's going to stay on the track. Mr. Racing Line, he's now coming up to the bus stop chicane. He's going to stay on the track, so we're going to jump to the pit lane here. NASCAR Fan 1400 coming in. Jamie just in front of him, so it's down to the pit crews now. We'll see what kind of fuel loads they're going to take and who can get out ahead of the other. NASCAR Fan's car is dropped and he's on his way. Looks like the Corvette's going to get out ahead of him though. So NASCAR Fan 1400 is going to lose a spot on that pit stop. So Jamie 21 with a blistering quick stop. He's also going to jump Warren Torres. So now here comes NASCAR Fan fighting with Max Payne. Coming up, Rouge, and contact's made. Major contact. NASCAR Fan having to take to the runoff there to avoid hitting the wall. Surprised he kept control of the car.
See you or anything. That is 120% my fault.
As you hear NASCAR Fan on the radio saying that was his fault.
I am so sorry.
So I don't see any damage on the Audi nor the Nissan. We'll see how these cars are behaving. See if there was anything broken in the suspension arms or steering. I'm a little more concerned about the Audi because I think that car hit at the front right. So we'll see how these guys get on. But anyway, after a slow pit stop for NASCAR Fan 1400, he has lost the spot to Jamie, as has Noir. And fighting with Max Payne right out of the pits. He's had to come together at the first bit of Eau Rouge. So we'll see if he comes back in this time around, see how bad the damage is. So that was a 12-lap stint, it looks like, for NASCAR Fan 1400. He came in at the end of the 13th lap, and after the formation lap, that would have been the end of the 12th, yes. So it looks like he's going to do 12-lap stints. Looks like most people are in around the 12-lap range, which should make the race right about 4 or 5 stops, depending on what strategy you want to take. Max Payne is back into the pit lane. His tires are still on 7s. I don't think that's a scheduled stop either. So yeah, the White Knight Racing Nissan of Max Payne is...
Dude, I had no way to know. I didn't see your lights, or I mean, I don't even know what to say. Other than sorry, but God damn it.
Back into the pit lane, going to come back out in the 10th spot, so all the hard work he did, he's going to have to do over again. Honestly, I think NASCAR fans should have lifted off the gas and conceded the position to Max Payne going up Eau Rouge. But I'm in the commentary booth. I'm not down there driving. I don't know what the drivers can see. I don't know what they're feeling in the car. You know, it's really hard to make that call as just a commentator at this time. Meanwhile, I don't think Trick or Fisher have made a pit stop yet. Looks like they're going to push it. They're both staying out this time. Tires are getting low on the front, so the front tires are wearing out a little quicker than the rears, which is normal. Just a little bit. We saw with the Lancer Cup last night, the rear tires almost had no wear on them at all. The front tires took all of the load. So that made the understeer with the cars really bad as the stint progressed. Fisher's just going to take it easy here. I don't think he's pushing too hard at this time. He has a massive lead over Trick, his teammate for T&P Racing. The two red Corvettes dominating the Spa 2.4 hours at this time, but we still have a long way to go yet. We are just now at about the 1/4 mark of the race. Or we might have a little bit yet. No, I still think we have a little bit left before we get to a quarter. So battles on track happening right now as Jamie 21 to the Norantares now coming down the hill towards Puhan. You can see Noor slightly up the road there in the yellow and blue Audi. On board with the Corvette coming through Washington. It looks a little squirrely coming through the bus stop chicane. I think that's just characteristic of the Audi. To be a little unstable in the low speed corners. So I'm sure the bus stop chicane and will source this corner right here are the two worst corners for him on the track. As Mr. Racing Line pits just ahead of NASCAR Fan 1400, which takes a position over him. The two leading Corvettes are still out on the track. No pit stops yet for those two. So where's Fisher at right now? He's just come out of Paul corner. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. People watching, it's easier for me to call it Stablo. So I think I'll do that for the most part, but I would like to learn the actual name, because that corner has since been renamed from Stablo. So we'll see if he comes in this time on lap 17. Looks like he is. So the lead Corvette is now in the pit lane. Looks like this is going to be a full service stop. Just have to take care of something real quick. It's done. So Fisher is still back out. He still retains the lead over Decamber 95. And Iltrick, I think he's pitted as well. He's come back out in the 5th position. So TNP Racing still leads over White Knight Racing. And yeah, the Nissan has not made a stop yet. So he owes us a stop. Noor has made a stop. Jamie has made a stop. So something happened with Trick's pit stop, which set him back. Yeah, I think he had the slower pit. And then we have a car who was straight on, who's parked at the Lasaurus, that is Angry Eater in the Mercedes. Jump back to the leader, still well out in front. You can see it's 11:48 p.m. in the game. You cannot see anything from these cars except the headlights for most parts of the track. Coming in here through the front straightaway, you should be able to get a glimpse of the red hue. Even then, the front straightaway is pretty dark. I think after you make the right-hander for turn number 1, the source, here's where you can see really how red this car is, how nice it looks. As the Nissan comes into the pit lane to make its first stop. Front tires on 3, rear tires on 8s, and that shows the other tire wear is heavily biased towards the front, and that would mean an increase of understeer as the stint goes on. You know, when you get a little more tire wear on the rear tires as well, it kind of helps even things out. But if you just have the front tires that are wearing that bad with the rears staying relatively fresh, it's just going to hurt the front end grip of the car and cause you to push through the corners. So Decamber 95, he's going to rejoin in 7th place and ahead of Dylan Lights 88. So now it is Corvette leading with Audi in 2nd, Corvette in 3rd, 4th, Audi in 5th. And then the first Mercedes in 6th position after the first sequence of pit stops. I think we're all done there as far as that goes. So Angry Eater is still stopped in turn 1. I'd assume that there'd be a local yellow flag in that portion of the track. I don't think that means you can't pass going into turn 1 though. I don't think that rule exists in ARS. Just drivers need to take note that the car is stopped there in the runoff, and chances are if you manage to hit him, you've had a big moment yourself. As he makes his way onto the front straightaway to complete another lap. cars close together on track here. It's DeCamber and Dylan. Going to go on board with the Ford GT. And you see the silver Nissan right in front of them. Making their way down to Puhan. See if Dylan can manage to get enough of a run here to get enough overlap. Washtenaw is a really tough place to pass, so I think it would be better if he just waits here and tries to line something up for the bus stop. Looks like that's what he's going to do. He's going to lift off a little bit. He's right on the back of the gearbox, so he's going to look to the right side, braking into the bus stop. Does he manage to make the corner? He does. Looks like Dylan Likes 88 is going to make that move stick for VW SimSport before GT. So White Knight Racing Nissans now run 8th, 9th, and 10th after the first sequence of pit stops. Oh, DeCamber 95 having a bit of a moment on the exit of the source. That gives the spot to Max Payne. And yes, we are past the quarter marker for the 2.4 hours of Spa. Working the 20th lap of the race. It says lap 21 up on the lap counter, but we had a rolling formation lap before we got underway here this evening. Doesn't look like Dylan's getting away from Max Payne. Looks like Max Payne is starting to reel him in a little bit. So we're going to jump to that and see if he can get any closer. Looks like they're both managing to break away from the DeCamber 95, but Max Payne is drawing closer to the rear end of the Ford GT. He's going to look to the left side, going down the Kimmel Straight. And I would believe he would make that stick. Yes, he does slot in front of the Ford GT, so Max Payne up to 7th spot. Ooh, Max Payne running a little wide there. Manages to hold on to it. The camber's gotten around Dylan as well. I think Dylan's had a bit of a moment for that to happen. So Dylan likes 88 back in the 9th position now. But he's off strategy from the 2 Nissans, so I wouldn't worry about them too much. I just focus on your own race, continue to put the laps in, see how it all plays out when we get to the end of the race the next day. He's not going to be doing himself any favors by becoming too stressed out over the Nissans getting ahead. So up next on their list is Ace Boy 127 in the leading Mercedes in the 6th position. So Noir, Jamie, and Trick are all pretty close together on track for 2nd place. I think Trick is the freshest tires out of all of them, excuse me. So it will be interesting to see if he can reel them in and make the move. This is going to help out Fisher a lot, though, because if Trick has to lose a lot of time battling these guys to get ahead, it's going to allow him to extend the gap even more. Not that he really needs it, but that would be the case. So Fisher looking for redemption after a disappointing Lancer Cup race last night. As Norris comes into the pit lane at the end of the 22nd race lap, looks like they've managed to get that Mercedes that was stopped in turn 1 back to the pit lane. NASCAR Fan 1400 also coming in. The attention of his Audi crew. So that leaves Jamie and Trick close together on the track. Now Trick is running fast lap wise. Trick is the faster driver at this moment. So we can expect him to get right on the back of the sister Corvette here in 2nd. These two guys are not teammates. Trick is teammates with Fisher and the other TNP Racing Corvette, but Jamie 21 is an independent entry in the 3rd Corvette. So Trick is there, he just has to set up and make a move. Gonna take his time, be patient through Stavolo here. Not a real good passing opportunity. Try to get a good run out of here, get tucked into that slipstream and see if he can manage to make the move before Blanchimont, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. He might just have to tuck back in and try to make a run at approaching the bus stop. Looks like Jamie 21 had a little bit of a better run through Blanchimont there. Should be okay through the bus stop, it looks like it. You can expect Trick to get a good run off. His tires are a little bit fresher than Jamie's are. So Trick is right on the gearbox now. He's going to try to get some overlap before the come up here and see if he can outbrake them. They're side by side. It looks like Trick is going to get ahead of Jamie. So Trick is now back up to second place. So it is TMP 1-2 once more. Now to get an idea of this gap here, Trick is just now going through the 180-degree right-hander, and Fisher's going through Piff Path. That's how big this gap is right now between the two teammates. Fisher is on fire. But knowing how he operates, he's still focused in the car, but he doesn't have too much pressure from behind. He's just keeping an eye on how his car is behaving, adjusting his steering and inputs according to such to keep the maximum pace he can. But he's not gonna try too hard and make a mistake. That is about the worst thing you can do when you have a lead that sizable, is push too hard unnecessarily and have an error which causes you to lose all that time and more. So who are these two? No, that's the second place battle. That's already been settled for the time being, going across the control line into the source now. I'll jump down to these two cars right here. This is Max Payne and Decamber 95. They've both gotten ahead of NASCAR Fan 1400, who's coming to the pit lane actually. But Max Payne, his fuel light is on, so we can expect him in shortly. Will it be this time? Yes, he's going to come in this time. Decamber is going to stay out. So in comes the number 40 to the attention of his crew. Get down to the pit lane speed limit there before the white line. His crew is going to flag him in here. 4 tires and fuel. Typical Gran Turismo pit stop. We'll see how much fuel he puts in. We might be able to get an idea of how long his stints are going to be. So he's probably going to be sitting here. He's waiting on fuel now. So he has a little bit over a half tank now. I guess that's should be enough for a full stint, which is about, what I'd estimate, anywhere between 14 to 18 laps. So he's going to be good for a while. He's going to come out and try to put in some good laps here and try to reel in some of that time with the clear track ahead. Jamie 21 into the pit lane from 3rd place. If you guys are enjoying the race so far, we're kind of in the middle phase of the race right now, where we're just waiting to see how everybody's strategy is going to play. So maybe not so exciting for side-by-side battles, but still intriguing nonetheless to see who's going to play their cards right and who's going to get the advantage when the sun comes up. But yes, if you are enjoying the stream so far, be sure to let me know and leave a like. I'd really appreciate that. As Max Payne's going to make his way through the bus stop chicane now. Is he going to get out ahead of Ace Boy? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, Ace Boy is exiting the pit lane now, just on the other side of the source there. So Ace Boy is okay for the time being. But we can expect Max Payne to reel him in a couple of laps. Let me look at the times here. Max Payne's best lap is a 14.4. And so is Ace Boy 127. But I know Max, he's a really quick driver, really consistent too. So we'll see if he manages to close this gap here and get around the Mercedes. Looks like the Canberra 95 is catching NASCAR Fan 1400. NASCAR Fan taking a defensive line going down the Kimmel Straight, try to keep that Nissan out of the slipstream there. And who's also getting close together on track? Looks like Ace Boy and Max Payne looks like that gap is coming down as well. So we have two Nissans hunting down an Audi and a Mercedes. Looks like a big moment for Mr. Racing Line. Ace Boy 27 is going to get around him. He barely keeps it off the wall there. Nice job getting on the brakes as Max Payne goes through. That wasn't Max Payne on the back end of Ace Boy 127 there, but rather Mr. Racing Line in close proximity and having a big moment and just managing to save the car. A heap of time lost though. But that is a commendable control there to keep the car off the inside wall and prevent any damage. But looks like he's in the pit lane now. In the start box. think he's going to take a full tank of gas. I think he's in the chat box right now. He definitely has the car paused. So it looks like some troubles on Mr. Racing Line's end of things. So we're going to catch up with these two cars here, NASCAR Fan and DeCamber. It looks like Mr. Racing Line's going to retire his car. He's nursing a bit of a knee injury right now. So, but he did what he could. So that is commendable for him. You know, you got to take care of yourself first and foremost. And, you know, when you have a knee or something that's gone bad, you don't want to put too much strain on that, especially for just a video game. Because at the end of the day, you know, as serious as these drivers may be, as competitive as we all are, you know, it is a game. And when it comes down to something like preserving yourself and preserving, you know, your limbs, it's something that just has to be done. And it shouldn't be looked down upon in the community. So that's going to be it for Mr. Racing Line this evening, I believe. Unless he rests up a while and decides he wants to have another go at it. But I won't be surprised if we don't see that Nissan back on the track. Just watching NASCAR Fan 1400 coming down the hill with the 180 right, 90 left towards Puhan. So everybody's relatively spread out on track for the moment. But these drivers should be in a pretty good rhythm at this point in time. You know, just have to focus on punching the laps out. We're almost halfway through the race. You know, I think this is the time when the race is won or lost. When you're a little spread out. You know, you're in the rhythm, you're in the zone, and you're trying to just punch those laps out as quick and consistent as you can without making any mistakes or having any errors in the pit lane or anything like that. We're going to check in on our leader, Fisher, here. He has a massive advantage. He's already through La Source. In second place, hasn't gone through Blanchimont yet. So TNP Racing are 1-2 with Noor Antares in third. He's not too far behind. Not too far behind Trick. And it looks like they're, relatively speaking, on the same strategy. So is it Noor just running him down? Or is Trick having some issues?
Happy halfway, everybody.
You heard the radio message there. We are at halfway. It looks like we could be expecting a pit stop from our leader Fisher here in a minute. I'm looking at his stream right now and his fuel light is on. So will we see the Corvette in this time? Yes, the pit indicator does come up. Your race leader GTP Fisher for TNP Racing Corvette is in the pits. Looking like this is going to just be a routine stop. Will Trick follow him in this time? Because it does look like Noor is catching him, though they're all in the pit lane. So first, second, and third are in the pits now, halfway. So I guess these are when the strategies converge. So it's going to be a battle amongst these crew members. So the Audi is released. Looks like it's going to be released in front of the Corvette, so looks like Moore's going to take that spot. Jamie has passed him for second place for the moment. I think Jamie still has us a pit stop. Actually, no, he's pretty good at the moment. He's running on 8s and 9s with just under a half tank left. And Moore has come out with fresh tires, obviously, but he has just a half tank left there, so looks like Jamie might have jumped them on that last set of pit stops. Looks like we have two cars that are going to come out close together here. This is NASCAR fan and Max Payne again. But this time Max Payne is well clear of the NASCAR fan 1400 approaching New Rouge. So how the tires are. It looks like Max Payne is going to owe us a pit stop here in a bit, so we'll see if NASCAR fan's able to make a move on him before the stop is made, because this will cost him a lot of time if he can't get the move done. He's going to outbrake him in the Lacombe there. I can't tell if there was contact or not. It looks like racing room was given, but NASCAR fan is now ahead of Max Payne, as he's now back on the inside, takes to the grass a little bit. Now NASCAR fans gets a little loose. Looks like he's going to have to slot in back behind Max for now. I'm going to go on board with the Audi here. As they both run a little wide and come on. NASCAR fan all over the back end of the Nissan. Trying to juke him out. Am I going to go left? Am I going to go right? If you zig, I'll zag. Looks like he has a run. He's going to get up alongside him here. Max Payne's going to let off and slide back in behind. NASCAR fan was ahead approaching the corner, so that's some classy driving by Max Payne there, realizing how one line the corner was and just deciding that it would be more beneficial for both of them if he just conceded the position for now. NASCAR fans in fresh tires. Max still owes us a pit stop. It's really not worth fighting too hard, especially in a corner that dangerous side by side. That's going to put NASCAR fan back up to 6th spot. Does Ace Boy owe us a stop? Looks like he owes us a stop here in a little bit. He's still okay for now. He's running on 7s on the front tires. Just about a quarter tank of fuel left. Making his way down the Kimmer Straight towards the Palm. So now for NASCAR fan, it's just going to be a game of don't make a mistake and try to pull that gap out from Max Payne. Because if he makes a mistake now, that Nissan's going right back through. We have to do all that hard work over again. We're going to go see how Trick is doing in 4th spot now. He's in a bit of a no man's land still, which is good. Able to have clean air, just get those laps out. Looks like Jamie and Noir have a bit of space between them as well. So this is Jamie going for Lacombe in second spot. Fisher is up here going for Puhan. But Jamie still owes us a pit stop. Looks like Noir might be
ran
okay.
my first 13 of the weekend. That's pretty cool.
Dylan likes 88. He's going to make it to the pit lane to the attention of the fourth crew. Looks like this is going to be a routine stop. Fuel light on. Tires on 5. Looks like this is the end of his stint. He's going to come into the pit lane here. Up on the air jacks. 4 tires and fuel. I'm going to drop the car now. Just waiting on fuel now. They're going to release him with just about 5/8 in the tank. Gets really close to the inside wall there, exiting the pit lane. And he's back on his way. You can look at the track map and see just how everybody is spread out right now. But now is where the strategy battle's being played out. Everybody's putting their cards down, seeing who has the best, who has those aces, and who will be up front at the end of the race. So the car behind Dylan is the race leader, Fisher, who's led from the green flag, really. He's been putting on quite a dominant performance tonight. Really routine, no accidents, clean laps all around. He won the Snail GT1 championship last season, season 21. He has some other championships to his credit in Turtle Racing League, among others. Fisher is a really accomplished driver, and you can tell by the performance he's putting out here tonight that he does in fact know what he's doing. He has well over, I'd say he has well over a 20-second lead right now. And the second place car still is a pit stop, so even that will go up. Using all of the road there on the exit to Stablo. Looks like Nora's getting closer to the back of Jamie looking at the track map. This is indeed the case. Jamie's getting closer to the end of his stint, and he will be coming into the pit lane in a couple laps, I would assume. NASCAR Fan and Ace Boy are also closing in on one another. Ace Boy owing us a stop. And the Mercedes. Ace Boy into the pit lane. Jamie's also in the pits. The sun is starting to break over the horizon. So it looks like Jamie got out just behind NASCAR Fan 1400. He's going to owe us a stop here in a couple laps. sun is well and truly rising now at Spa. So we have Max Payne and Nick Camber here close together on track. This is still in, like, say, the 8th. He's been overtaken by Fisher, so he's now a lap down. Jump back up the grid here. This is Jamie 21 getting closer to the back of NASCAR Fan 1400 on fresh tires here. The sun is now up. The headlights are now off on the Corvette. They're still on NASCAR Fan 1400's Audi though. They've actually taped down the switch to keep those headlights on, just so the transition from day to night and night to day is a little easier on the driver. Because sometimes the headlights will turn off at tracks like Le Mans and Nürburgring. Sometimes the headlights come on and off automatically, a bit too early or a bit too late for your liking, leaving your visibility a little bit compromised. So they've gone ahead and they've taped that down to keep the lights on. It shouldn't be a problem. gas getting a little bit loose at the top of the Rouge de Ravillon. To the Kimmel straight, gonna jog to the right, back to the left, try to put a little bit of kink in that slipstream. Jammy as well, truly on the back of the map. Doesn't quite get the run he needed coming towards Puhan. We try to get to the inside there, Nas does leave him room, and that will be Jammy up to the 3rd position. NASCAR fans' tires are starting to fall off. You can see the lack of grip there, riding up on the curb a little bit. NASCAR fan really laid on the brakes getting into the bus stop chicane, and I think he's going to call it. He's in the pits now. Looks like then Warren Torres has retired from the race. I don't know how long ago he's retired. I've been trying to do some paperwork on the side here, so I do apologize for missing that. For reasons unknown. Either that or he's still on track and I've just lost sight of him. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna jump on one of the Corvette onboards and I'm gonna see if he's still visible on the track, because if he is still racing, then I just don't see him anymore. And yeah, it looks like Wart is still out there. I just don't know where he's at. So I've lost the visibility of him. So that will be a little bit hard to call throughout the remainder of the race. I'll keep the stream going afterwards, and I'll find out where he actually finishes for you guys who are interested. But for the time being, there's been a little bit of a break in the netcode, and I've lost sight of Warren Torres in the Audi. We're on board with Fisher here coming towards Lacombe. So Trick is in second. See, Trick is just now coming over the control line, and Fisher is already through Lacombe, coming down to the 180 degree point. This goes to show how much of a gap he's pulled out from Trick over the last 45 laps we've been racing. 44 laps. Actually, 43 racing laps if we got that collection. So they're working the 44th lap of actual racing now. So it's still 1-2 for TNP Racing Corvette. Jamie 21, the privateer in Cheerlees, in 3rd place. Also in the Corvette, so it's Corvette 1-2-3 at the moment. Followed by Ace Boy 127 in the Mercedes. And NASCAR fan 1400 in 5th place for Audi. His teammate More 27, I don't know where he's at on the track, so he could be in any one of these positions right now, but I just have to call it as I see it, and I do apologize. And Max Payne's running in 6th spot, followed by his teammate DeCamber 95, and Dylan Likes 88's going to round out the field that's running at the moment in the DW Sim Sport 4 GT. You can see the headlights still very much on the Audi. That was done intentionally, as I explained earlier. As you can see, it's now been an official retirement from Mr. Racing Line. He has now left the lobby. So we wish all the best for you, man. Hope your knee gets better. And we hope to see you on track soon. NASCAR fan a little squirrely going into Puhan there. Ace Boy's just up the road. Nas can see him. There he is in the back of the shot. So on my end of things, we have 8 cars running. But we know that there's actually 9 running at the moment. Ace Boy makes his way through Washington. So we are under 20 laps to go now. So we have less than the distance of the ARS Lancer Cup round that was run here last night remaining. And these cars are running significantly quicker than the Lancers. NASCAR fan is now on the back of Ace Boy 127. He's going to try to make a move here and not lose too much time in the dirty air. NASCAR fan did get ahead of Ace Boy. So now he's going to be on his way up the road, it would look like. See if there's anybody else who's relatively close on track right now. I'm not seeing anything at the moment. These two are still the tightest cars. Yes, I just checked the Corvette onboard again, and looks like Noir is still circulating. I just don't see him. I have no idea where he's at or what he's doing. But for the moment, as far as I know, the running order, I'm pretty sure it's still Fisher and Trick running 1-2 right now. I think Norm might be wedged in between them, but most likely not, to my knowledge. It'll be interesting to see how his strategy plays out, and like I said, at the end of this race, I will find out where he actually finished for everybody watching. Yeah, NASCAR fan has gone up the road from Ace Boy here. To be expected with the fresher tires as Ace Boy approaches the end of his stint. I think he has one stop left, as well as I think NASCAR fan does. Yeah, so I think those two drivers both have one stop remaining. I think Jamie, he might be able to push it without an extra stop. It will be close though. Trick definitely owes us one more stop. Fisher definitely owes us one more stop. So what's going to be interesting here is to see if Jamie will stay out and try to burst that lead as Fisher comes into the pit lane. I don't think Jamie will even get the lead if he does stay out here, but we'll see if he can make it home without stopping one more time, but it's definitely going to be a stretch for the tires. As Fisher comes in with 15 laps left in the race. Here comes Trick. He's approaching Blanchimont right now. He should be in this time. The Corvettes have been mirroring each other's strategies from the start of the race, I'm led to believe. So we'll see if the number 41 makes a hard right turn. Into the pits. Sure does. kind of the intention of the Corvette team. Here's Fisher. He got out just ahead of Dylan, like said, the 8 to keep him one lap down. And Dylan's going to owe us one more stop. He might not even make it back. I think he will make it back, but he definitely has to pit this time. We're now on the final sequence of pit stops for those who were wanting to make them. Dylan Likes 88, the 2017 ARS Indy 500 champion. Running the DW SimSport Full GT here at the Spa 2.4 hours. Not quite had the pace he needs to contend up higher up the field, but nevertheless he's put in quite a solid performance tonight as he's coming through Stavola 2 now. I think he should be okay to make it back. But as you can tell with this fuel meter, he has to come in this time. Yeah, you can tell by how much he's lifting through Blanchimont there just how bad the tires are worn out. There he is braking into the bus stop chicane. You should expect him to go straight on into the pits here. He does. And he's now in the pit lane for his final stop. So Ace Boy, a NASCAR fan, I don't think can go the whole distance without making one more stop. So I'd expect to see those two into the pit lane before the end of the race. Looks like Max Payne is good to go. Looks like he's just come out on fresh tires. Has enough fuel to make it to the end. With the silver number 4 Nissan GTR for White Knights Racing. Camber 95 running in the 7th spot. A little bit of a ways back. And a lap down to Fisher as well. He was now making his way out of Piff Path into Stavola 1 and 2. And these two cars are close together on track. That's Jamie putting Dylan the lap down to him. And if we look in the background, there's Trick in the red Corvette just rounding the corner. So it's going to be a really mad stretch for Jamie, but I think he will end up making a pit stop before the end here. I think NASCAR fans going to have to do the same thing, as well as Ace Boy. So I think if Ace can catch Nas, that would be a battle. But I do not think that Jamie making a stop will throw them back into that fray. I think all three of them have to come in. So here's Trick running in the 3rd spot as far as I know. Again, I do not know where Laurentarlis is at on the track, or what he's doing, or what position he's in. We have lost sight of him midway throughout this race. He hasn't disconnected. He's still out there driving around. We just cannot see him. So I think this is going to be the battle that I'm going to have to look at here. If Trick can catch and overtake Jamie before the end of the race. Looks like they have 12.5 laps remaining. Or thereabout. Feels like Dylan's hanging onto the back of Jamie here. And Jamie ducks into the pit lane. Okay, so that will be his final pit stop with 12 laps remaining in the race. And that Trick has to negotiate Dylan. So unless the war is between Fisher and Trick, looks like it's shaping up to be a TNP Racing 1-2 as Dylan gets into the wall pretty hard here in Lacombe. I will be surprised if he does not have damage from that. That looked like a pretty hard hit. So we'll see if he ducks into the pit lane around this time, which would be a real shame because he's already made his final pit stop. And an update on Fisher's lead. He's going through Eau Rouge. Second place of Trick. He's just come out of Stabilo 2 or Palfrey Corner. That's how well Fisher has been driving this evening. We're into the next day in game time, approaching the end of the spot, 2.4 hours. But stellar drive, textbook, executed perfectly so far. Did everything he needs to do, just has to bring it home now. Looks like Dylan is back in the pit lane, yeah. That's certainly not what he wanted. NASCAR fan into the pits for his final stop. see if Ace Boy follows him in. Ace Boy is way back here, actually, so it looks like Ace Boy might have had a moment. Actually, no, he's already come in. He has fresh tires on now. So he's made his last pit stop that we missed as he overdrives the first part of the bus stop chicane. So we'll see if NASCAR fan can beat him out. It looks like he will. He's out of the pits now. Ace Boy still has to run that source. And once Fisher completes this lap here, we will be at 10 laps remaining. And up the road is the Camber 95 and the White Knights Racing Nissan GTR being threatened to go a lap down. As Fisher gets a little squirrely on the exit of Lacombe there. These two cars are close on the track. That is still on Likes 88 and NASCAR Fan 1400. Looks like NASCAR Fan has made it through nice and clean. And will continue on his way. Doesn't look like he's going to catch Jamie without a mistake though. Because he's here and Jamie's up here already through the source and he's just now approaching the bus stop. Jump back up to NASCAR Fan. There's Ace Boy. JR. Here's the Camber. Where has Fisher gone? Fisher's up here. So who's in front of him? Is that's actually Max Payne. That wasn't the Camber. So he's already put the Camber a lap down. He's approaching Max Payne now. In the leading Nissan GTR for White Knight Racing, running in the 6th spot. Not the race these guys won, that was for sure. We're now on board with Fisher here. Back here, that's just how massive his advantage is. So I know he knows where the Moore is on track and what the gap is if Moore is running in second. That's actually something I'm going to investigate right now. I'm going to go back to the pullback onboard here. I'll see what that gap is doing. gap is 53 seconds, so it looks like the trick is still running in second place at the moment. Because that's what I'm estimating the gap is back to him. As Max Payne does the right thing and lets Fisher go through without too much of a hassle. So some good sportsmanship there from the piece on red. I'm gonna go with the road down. Ace Relays is in the battle for position. But this is Ace Boy 127 catching Dylan Lights 88 that puts him a rock in. Running a little wide there, has to let off to keep the Mercedes under. So we're now in the final stages of the Spa 2.4 hour for the ARS, the first round of the GT Series. But it's still a little bit spread out right now. I think everything is pretty close to the side. The most interesting thing that stands out to me right now is where the Laurentiis actually is on track, because we did lose sight of him, a little bit of a bug in the link code. So we don't see him on the track anymore. We don't know where he's at, what he's doing, or what position he's in. And that is something I'm going to have to find out from you guys after the race. So please stick around for that as the laps wind down here at Spa-Francorchamps. Gets a good run on Dylan coming up through Eau Rouge. I can see the Ford GT dabbing on the brakes a little bit to keep the car on line. So he's through now. Nice and clean. So here's Fisher approaching 5 laps to go. Looks like Jamie's back into the pit lane. That's what NASCAR fan threw. What's happened to him? Oh, he's had an accident. He has engine damage. So something's happened to the number 21 Corvette. He's had an off somewhere. He's back into the pits now. So that's going to provisionally put NASCAR fan up into the third spot. I still don't know when Moore is on track. So Moore might very well be in third place as well, but as far as I can see, NASCAR fan 1400 on the podium. So a rare mistake from the Finnish driver, putting him back to the 5th spot. Decamper's also in the pit lane. Oh, he has damage as well. Now, are these incidents related? I don't think so, but it's still a possibility. Again, we'll see after the race, because I'm sure there's going to be some post-race discussion of some kind. Anyways, number 3, serviced, sent back out, damage repaired. So that's going to put a dent in his efforts to catch Max Payne. If that was even in the cards, judging by how far ahead he was, that would have been a tall order without a pit stop anyway. So he's back on the track, Rouge. This is Ace William and Dylan still close together on the circuit. NASCAR fan ahead of them, just going through the source now. Lights still blazing on the R8. trick. That's Fisher. Who's ahead of Fisher? That would be Jamie, is it? Yeah, that's where he was before. Be interesting to see if Fisher can catch him, but if Corvette had any chance of going 1, 2, 3, it's over now. Here's Fisher, he's on 3 laps remaining. Absolutely flawless race as far as I can tell from the number 39. Did everything he needed to do, has a massive advantage. No mistakes from what I could see. Each pit stop has gone smooth. Looks like his fuel's gonna bend out pretty well. Looking at that. Sorry guys, I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna cover that. So sorry for any stutters in the commentary. So he's gonna come through the Paul Frey corner. Approaching 2 laps to go this time. I don't think he's going to be able to catch the Corvette. Well, here's Max Payne in the pits again. Now, I don't think he's going to have enough. I don't think DeCamber has enough time on him to pass him in the pit lane. But I wonder if this is a fuel stop or if the tires just got too bad, or if he wants to try to go for a fast lap here, knowing he's not going to lose much. Looks like that might be the case. So we might be able to see a quick lap from the number 4 Nissan. See if he can manage to break into the 213s at least. And he is now 1 lap down on the race leader. If he wasn't before, because Jamie's right in front of Fisher and Max is behind Jamie. Going to jump back up to the leader here, going through pit path towards Stabilo. Fisher going to take the white flag this time. Small gaggle of cars coming through the bus stop chicane. That'd be NASCAR Fan 1400, Ace Boy 127. Looks like he's closing in a little bit. And Jamie 21's a little further behind. I'd assume that's Dylan. Yes, that is. But here comes Fisher coming through the bus stop chicane. The fuel light just came on. He should be good for 1 more lap. Going to take the white flag here, as this will pop up in the chat. Starting the final lap in first place, 1 lap remaining. So one more time of View Rouge to rally on onto the Kimmel straightaway for number 39, GTP Fisher, for TNP Racing and the Red Corvettes. Coming through the calm now. Now he's going to descend through this next couple set of corners on his way to Pujon. double apex corner here. That's how he's taking it. That's how I like to take it most of the time. Fast left-hander on the way down the big hill towards Puhan, double apex left. Back towards Stavilo. Stavilo 1 here. Uses all the understrip coming through Stavilo 2 flat out, or also known as Paul corner. A little bit of the runoff there, but that should be okay on the run up to Blanchimont for the final time. Can he still take Blanchimont flat out? Does he lift? He does not lift, even on fours. This goes to show how good that Corvette is performing throughout the entire race. So the bus stop chicane for the last time. Headlights coming on. Onto the front straightaway now. We're going to go on board. Flashing the lights. Checkered flag in the air. GTP Fisher is the provisional winner of the 2.4 hours of Spa. We're going to jump back to, as far as I know, what is second place. This would be Trick. And the other TNP Racing Corvette. Again, we don't know where Noor is. He might very well finish second as well. As we see the results popping up on the screen here. So we're just going to watch everybody come home in the positions that they're running. And I will look at the Corvette on board because that should tell me where Noor is at. So I'm going to skip over there. Noor and Taris is actually running in second place. He's on his way home for the Audi guys. So that's where he's been this whole time, running in second. I don't know how close he is to Trick, but we'll see what the gaps are as he crosses the line. Sorry I can't show you this on my stream, guys. A bit of a netcode issue with the game. So Noor Antares finishes 53.552 seconds back. And there is Trick a minute and 16 seconds back. So that wasn't a really hard fight there for Noor. Home in the solid second place. So everybody's second on down is actually a place further than what it shows on the screen. So Trick is third, NASCAR Fan is fixing to come home in fourth, and Ace Boy is going to round out the top 5. So there is NASCAR Fan and Ace Boy home, less than 2 seconds apart from each other.
Darn you. God. What happened? Were you fuel saving or did you get damaged or what?
No, I knew that the gap I had was, if anything, I could hold you off just by being defensive. So the whole last stint, I just went for
fast lap. So I'll take a screenshot of that so I can give you guys a full rundown of the results here.
Lap, not like overall fast lap. No way. Fisher had that race from flag to flag. But I was just trying to run a PB and try and see if I could hit a 22. I got a 23-2 though.
So I will pull up the results on my screen. I will not show Noor in the position he's supposed to be in.
Yep, pretty good.
But my rundown of the results will include him.
Oh, God. Max Payne, I'm sorry about what happened there.
So first place is GTP Fisher,
and,
followed by Noor Antares, who's actually in second, 53.5 seconds back for Audi. So TNP Racing goes 1 and 3 in the red Corvettes, with Trick coming home in third, a minute and 16 seconds back. NASCAR Fan 1400 coming home in the fourth position, a minute and 53 seconds back. So Corvettes 1-3, Audis 2 and 4. The first Mercedes is Ace Boy 127. The only finishing Mercedes, a minute and 55 seconds back. Slowly reeling in NASCAR Fan 1400, but couldn't quite get him at the end. 7th place is Jamie 21. 2 minutes and
Yeah,
6
absolutely, dude.
seconds
I
back.
have no idea.
Actually, 6th place, my bad.
Okay,
7th
like,
place is Max
as soon as I knew
Payne,
that, I was like,
the first of the White Knight Racing GTRs, followed by the Camber behind him in the 8th
it
spot.
looks like we both.
Dylan Likes 88 is going to come home in 9th in the
had a
DW
pretty fun
SimSport
battle
4
there.
GT, followed by Angry Eater, who
about
retired early
pit
on
stops later, though. That was fun. Max.
in the Mercedes SLS. But Mr. Racing Line actually finishes ahead of Angry Eater.
Oh yeah, congrats.
So Angry Eater is going to finish 11th in the overall standings when everything is added up at the end. Mr. Racing Line will be in 10th.
That was fun.
And I think that's it for all of the starters. So that has been the 2017
Great work, Fisher. Nice job.
ARS 2.4 hours of Spa, the first round of the ARS GT Series. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked the video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you want more content like this. You can see the kind of things I do on my channel. Please check it out. And if you do like, please hit that red subscribe button. I'd appreciate it a lot. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Bambi Sim Racing. I was happy to bring this race to you guys. Pretty clear cut for the front, it would seem. Really interesting to see that Noor was able to claw his way up to 2nd place there, but nobody was touching Fisher. So, stellar drive by him, and there's really not much to say about that, but hands down, one of the best drives this year from the Fishman, number 39.
Thanks for watching.
So we will see you guys later down the road. I hope you all take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
I stayed on the lead lap. How about
And, yeah, have at it. Good night.